Hey guys, we are here for the second to last episode, I believe, episode of Power is All Your Fault, I believe it's called. But it's season 6, episode 13. The Tommy episode is what I would more so like to call it. So, the beginning, it starts off where we left off with Tommy as far as when he killed cousin Benny or whatnot. Because I was wondering, I'm like, and where does Tommy live where he could just be killing people in the hallway? And I feel like he owned that whole building and then nobody asked no questions and all that, because when Benny walks up on him, people always coming up to Tommy door screaming, hollering with guns, and don't nobody ever call the police. Okay, but whatever. Maybe he just got it set up that way. So anyway, we see Tommy, kill Benny again or whatnot, drag him into his house. So I was gonna say, what did he do with that man's body? So he dragged him in his house, and I be forgetting, man, that EMT ambulance and everything, outfit and gear came in handy like all fucking season for Tommy. So he calling his crew, because at this point he don't know everybody all indisposed and got locked up and all this shit at this point in the show, because y'all, we going back and we going over all of Tommy's point of view. So again, like, it's so funny, 50 Cent, because we trolled his ass last week, y'all. I know y'all was on his page too, like, what the fuck with the Paz episode, but this one came through in the clutch. So, but anyway, so he takes the body to the dump or whatnot, pays somebody off to dispose of it. The dude's like, what you want to do? Get rid of it. All right. He has to call his mama, Kate, because he can't find nobody. She's like, what the hell? Tommy, what you calling me for? What's the emergency? You look like you fine. And he's like being real silent. And then she was like, why didn't you call? I know you got people who work for you to do this. Or why didn't you call your ride or die, Keisha? And then he kind of, that struck a nerve. Keisha's dead, Ma. So she was like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. And then he's like, ghost kill her. And she's like, what? And he's like, yeah, and he shut down my organization and all this and blah, blah, blah. She's like, what? She's like, that don't sound right. That's your brother. Things gonna be all right. Because she always just like, it's gonna be all right between him and Ghost or whatnot. So from there, we see Lil Elisa Marie, Proctor's daughter. She's just staring at, we see Debbie Mazar. I had to look her name up. The only reason I know her, she's in like an actress or whatever. The only reason I know her is because I watch the Food Network, and her husband happens to be a celebrity chef, and she always on the Food Network doing something. And they're a cute couple. That ain't got shit to do with this. But anyway, she plays Elisa Marie's aunt or whatnot, and she is making pancakes. And then little Elisa Marie, poor little girl, she's just sitting there looking out the window. She was like, "Where's Uncle Benny? He didn't come home last night or whatnot." And she was like, "No, he'll be home or whatnot." She was like, "I had to and then she was like, "No, tell me the truth or whatnot." She was like, "When's the last time you heard from him?" And then she was like, "I know, the game or whatnot." This little girl know way too much, because she got to stay sharp. Talking about, I know how I go, proof for life every hour. I'm like, that's so sad that this little girl, every time everybody just keep dying around this child, and then Uncle Benny or whatever, cousin Benny, whatever, he's the same, because we all know that nigga dead now. So she was like, I know I haven't heard from him since, last night or whatnot. So from there, we see knocking at the door, boom, 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 because she was, Lisa Marie, she's like, she's trying to assure her that everything's going to be fine. And then we see cars pull up. It's Vincent and his crew, and Lisa Marie's like, are you sure about that? So she sends little Lisa Marie upstairs, and Vincent at the door, and he was like, I'm surprised that you called me or whatnot. She was like, what the hell is going on? He's like, I assure you, I ain't got nothing to do with Benny being missing. She was like, well, Benny told me that y'all got into it and he showed you up or whatever in front of your men or whatnot. And all of a sudden he's missing. He's like, I assure you that none of this has nothing to do with me. Whatever he is into, I ain't do it. But to assure you, until we can solve this all or whatnot, I'm going to put some of my guys on your door so y'all can have some extra protection. And she was like, okay, whatever. She was like, what? She's like, what did my uncle, Juan Carlo or something, her great uncle, whatever, or uncle, more like my boss or whatever, who's like the ties or whatever that Proctor or whatever had. what did he have to say about how you and Benny's little argument? She's like, oh, he doesn't know yet. I wonder what he gonna do with you once he find out. So this is that mob shit. This is that whole mob shit episode for this one. So from there, we see Tommy is still going back and forth with his mama or whatnot, and then she took him because she was like, I'm gonna take you home. So she took him to her house because he just got shit going on. He wanna go back to his house. And then she's like, what's going on with you and Ghost? And he told her about the whole thing, the organization. She's like, why would Ghost do that? He got other stuff. How he got time to do that when he going to run for on a campaign trail? How he got time to kill your girlfriend, do this, do that? And he was like, no, ma, he did it, and blah blah blah. So he's like, I gotta go kill Ghost because he killed Lakeisha, shut down my operation, all this. So he's just trying to blame Ghost for every problem under the sun. Kind of like Paz. Everybody is blaming Ghost for every little thing. Meanwhile, Ghost didn't do none of this shit. These motherfuckers act like they ain't got no other enemies or anybody else who want to fuck with they shit besides Jamie. And Jamie ain't even think about them. But anyway, it's bullshit. I'm like, leave that man alone. I mean, granted, Ghost ain't shit either, but he ain't just meticulously just going after niggas just on some other shit. He got bigger and better shit going on. Like, he really wasn't about that. And Tommy, he really should have, if he would have thought about it, but he ain't even like he been smoking or sniffing coke that hard. If he would have really thought about it, he could have put some shit together. But anyway, from there, we see little Elisa Marie. She's listening to the recording that, I think this is her first time. It looks like it's her first time. Listening to the recording in her room that her proctor gave her. Then her aunt or whatever, I don't know what her aunt actual name is in there. But she's like, she's like, that sounds, good. Who gave you that? She's like, my dad gave it to me. He said it was just in case for security or whatnot. She's like, oh, okay. And then she was like, do you recognize anybody's voice off that tape? And she was like, no. She said that she thought it was Tommy. She said, but she wanted to make sure because she said she couldn't really identify who it was, but she wasn't sure. And she told her about how Tommy, it sounded like it could be Tommy, and how Tommy, she explained how Tommy came by their house one day and she met him or saw him. He's a tall white dude with, light hair and blue eyes and whatnot. And my dad was afraid of him. And then, whatnot. So they just started, like, the wheels started churning as she started talking to her aunt, and her aunt's wheels started churning as far as who Tommy is, why Proctor was scared, why he was staying with Jamie. And then she was like, yeah, because that's why. She was like, you think James has something to do? She's like, no, we went to stay with him because my dad was scared, for safety or whatnot. So that kind of rules out Jamie to be incriminated, but Jamie wasn't trying to kill Proctor. That wasn't going on either. So that kind of clears him, sort of what was going on. But then she was like, before we go after Tommy, Lisa Marie was telling her, like, let's let's make sure it is him. And then her little aunt told her, she was like, as women or whatnot, we have to, we're smarter than the boys in the organization, but we got to act like we're not. But that's why we're the ones that survive in the end. But we let the men, we sit back and we let the men handle all the shit. But as women, we smart. My mama told me that, and I'm telling you this, blah blah blah, passing on knowledge. Bad. So from there, it goes to, because I was like, how's she gonna find out? When we see Tariq. So Tariq's sitting there listening to it. He know damn well who voices is on that motherfucking recording. And then he goes off and he's like, she was like, do you recognize? He's like, I'm sorry, I don't recognize anybody's voices off there. No Tariq ass line. And then the aunt, she ain't fucking stupid. She was like, well, who's Tommy? Do you know who Ghost is? He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know no Tommy. And then she was like, he was like, well, but maybe my mom does, and all this other shit, trying to play it off like, I don't know, I'm sorry, and all this. But maybe my mom knows because, she's be around my dad, and I could take it with me. And I'm like, Tariq, you think you talking to Boo Boo the Fool? Maybe if only little Lisa Marie went with to meet your ass because she trusts you, you would have got that recording. But the aunt was like, mm-mm. She was like, She was like, you don't know who Tommy is. You don't know who no Ghost is. You don't. She was like, why did you leave out anyway to go get ice cream? Or he was like, or get hot cocoa. I wanted some hot cocoa. She's like, yeah. Like, why y'all leave through the back door? Were you in cahoots with whoever did Tommy kill Proctor, or were you in cahoots with whoever did? Why wasn't the door locked? Because I know Joey wouldn't have left the door open. So she was like shooting questions. Bow. Tariq was like, damn, this bitch got my ass. And you know, he just kept lying and shit. And then she was like, Elisa Marie, she was like, no, you can't have that recording. You can go ahead and go. Because she was like, so this is my friend. She's like, no, listen, Marie, this boy is not your friend. I'm like, yeah, girl, he did you that one solid, but little Tariq ass is no one's friend, okay? And she read his ass for filth in 5 seconds of knowing him. You go, girl. So from there, we see Tariq, because I was wondering at first, I was like, he gonna say something against Tommy, but like he would say it against Ghost, but he ain't gonna rat out Tommy ass, and plus he don't know them like that, and you know he knows the mob ties and all that shit. So I was wondering, because you know Tariq ain't shit, and it wouldn't surprise me, but I know he still loyal to Tommy. So he calls up Tommy, and Tommy was like, shit, he was like, I'm glad you came or whatnot. They meet up somewhere. He was like, shit, I almost did, so what's the emergency? So he tells Tommy what's up on the jump as far as Elisa Marie and her aunt trying to figure out. He was like, what? That recording is supposed to be gone. He's like, your dad is probably trying to set me up and all that. It's enough. Benny came and he sent him to my house or whatnot. And then, you know, Tariq is all for trying to kill Ghost at this point. Everybody's just kill Ghost, kill Ghost, kill Ghost. So, what else happened? And then he was like, I got to get that recording. And he was like, and where you say this little Lisa Marie? He was like, yeah, she's staying. He's like, I know where she's staying at. She's staying at like around the corner from where I met you at. So then now Tommy gets the location on Elisa Marie's where she's staying and shit. So I was like, oh, damn, don't go ahead and do nothing to that little girl or her family. She done lost enough. Now you going to kill her? I'm like, I ain't never seen him kill no kids, but you never know with Tommy. It's just bad. So I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. So from there, we see the little part where Tommy goes and creeps up and stalks out on Ghost or whatnot, because now at this point he thinks that that Ghost done knew about the recording, done killed Keisha, done fucked up his operation. That's why he was looking all sinister and devilish and shit while Ghost was in truth doing his little speech or something for announcing his stuff for lieutenant governor and all that shit. Then he leave from out of there, and who roll up on him? Detective Blanca or whatever, Lieutenant Blanca, whatever fuck her title is, Blanca. She rolled up on him, and then she was like, hey, you know, I know you know we haven't found nothing about regarding Lakeisha's murder, but if I'm telling you, I know you're just not up here for no reason. If you have reason to believe that James St. Patrick has something to do with it, just he has an alibi, but that does not mean he is not responsible for what happened. So I try to tell you, please don't take this matters into your own hands. I can give you immunity if you could just, she's like, we know that James St. Patrick is Ghost and he did this and blah, blah, blah. We just ain't got no motherfucking proof. And then she was like, also, we have, and then he was like, well, he's like, I know you didn't come up on me, whatever, to just give, because she gave him Lakeisha's belongings, the last of her stuff or whatever that was on her. He's like, I know you just come to me to say that. And that's when she came out with all this stuff about Ghost and giving him immunity if he could just, you know, just stay it on the stand against. He was like, now, you know, I ain't about to sit there and trick on nobody. Like, girl, bye. And then she was like, what else? She mentions how she has someone from his organization implicating him as far as regarding the murder of a drug dealer, Pancho. He was like, Pancho? I don't know no Pancho. That's a stupid name, no. And then he was like, well, you know, arrest me if you got all this stuff. And she was like, oh, no, not. No, she ain't got shit, right? So she's talking out the side of her neck. And then she's like, but it's closing in on you, Tommy. It's just, it was really pretty much a matter of time of shit being exposed and shit closing down on Tommy and all this shit, because he didn't got too sloppy and he done killed the wrong motherfucker. You shouldn't have fucking touched Benny. You shouldn't have killed Proctor. I know you've been wanting to kill his ass for a long time, but the mob ties run deep and they don't play like that about the family, okay? Okay? No. So from there, Tommy is like, damn, shit's getting tight on him. So from there, he gets in his car and he calls BG. We all know BG is dead. He does not. So he calling BG. He get the voicemail talking about some, I know you ratted me out, motherfucker. That's why I couldn't get a hold of you. I better not catch you on the street. I'm like, boy, you was talking to a dead man. So anyway, goes from there. He rolls up. Oh, then because I didn't realize what was in the bag when she, that she handed him, and it turns out that's why when the episode initially comes on, we see that shit about Holly, the earring, and all that. So that's why he knew specific. That's why they showed us that, because when he goes to Tasha's house, he was like, "Oh, hey Tasha." She's like, "What's up, Tommy?" She was like, "Oh, you left your earring at my house." So that's to let her know, bitch, I know you killed Tasha. I mean, you killed. Well, her name is Keisha. He tells Tasha, I know you killed Keisha. She was like, Tommy, oh my God, I know, I was scared. And I went there to confront her. She was about to dime us all out and all this other stuff. So Tommy, she starts talking quick because Tommy got a gun put that on Tasha's ass. Like, you sat there and you let me believe the ghost or let me sit there. She was like, no, you let yourself believe all that stuff or whatnot. I told you that, what's the name? Keisha was not ready for this life or ready to be in the game and all that. She was like, just let me explain, go look over. He was like, nah, don't move. And he got the gun on her. She was like, please just look under those folders, those whatever Yaz's folders. And then he see the papers that Keisha signed for the FBI and all that to turn on them, turn on everybody, or turn on Tommy more specifically. She was like, she was about to tell on all of us, and I was just trying to protect us, and blah, blah, blah. I told you that Keisha wasn't about that life. Please, Tom, please don't kill me. He was like, no, some bullshit. You was still the one that pulled that trigger. He was just saying, you ain't had that fucking right. If someone's gonna take her out, whatever, I guess it was, she should have let him handle that shit. She was like, what did you think she was doing? You saw when you came in, the bags was packed. We just moved in there. Whatever. She's like, no, Tommy, be real. She said she was going to leave and she was going to take cash. She's like, no, she wouldn't have left like that. And I'm like, yes, the fuck she was leaving. She definitely was. She wasn't going to say nothing, but they would have caught up with Keisha's ass because she's stupid. But anyway, they would have caught her ass. They would have caught her and she would have had to tell or something. Or her ass would have ended up in jail and no cash. But now she did. So, bye, Keisha. So from there, she was like, Tommy, please, I'm sorry. He was like, because he was just still saying it's the principal thing. Let me believe that. And it wasn't your place to kill her and all that. And he loved her, whatever, blah, blah. So she was like, oh my God. He was like, he gonna kill her. He got the gun on her. She was like, she started kind of playing the mind thing. She was like, well, at least if I'm gonna have to go out, at least it's you. You know, because I'm just saying, you know, because they family or whatever. She's like, at least it's you the one doing it. And she cried. She ain't shed not one for real tear, y'all. Can she not cry on cue or something? Because if somebody about to take my life, I'm about to be bawling. But I guess she's trying to think quick on her feet. So then she kind of tell him, like, okay, if you're going to do it, please take care of Tariq. And yes, for one, Tariq don't need no taking care of. Fuck Tariq. Take care of that little baby. That's it. So she's turning around. So, you know, people don't want to kill a mother to the back and killing and shooting in the back of her head. She's gonna turn around and wait for it. And then Tommy thinking like, that's his sister. I mean, he just known Tasha like not Tasha, he know Tasha forever. He know Keisha like 5 seconds and was hitting that. So he walk away. He just couldn't do it, and he walks away and killed him. I don't think Tommy could have ever killed any of them, like for real, for real. As much as he say he wants to kill ghosts, he could have killed ghosts 1,000,001 times. But he was talking about killing ghosts for forever, and he never pulled a trigger for real on him. So I'm like, that's why this whole thing was like, I don't really think he shot no ghost. That's like when it was eliminating all the people, Tommy was like at the bottom of the list to me to begin with. So anyway, from there we see Elisa Marie again and her aunt talking, and shit, I forgot what they was talking about, but they was talking about something, I guess, what to do next as far as take the recording to the uncle Carlos or Carlo, whatever. And then she was like, well, when are you gonna come back or whatnot? She was like, I will be back, don't worry. You see those? She's like, I don't want to be alone, can I just go with you? She's like, no, I'm not gonna take you to the club. I'm like, don't leave that little girl there. And them men ain't even y'all's men. I mean, I know Vincent ain't gonna touch that little girl, but still, you just never know what the fuck could happen. So from there, she's like, I'm going to go to the club, talk to the uncle, Carlo or whatever, and I'll be back. And then she's like, those two men out there, they're here to protect you. They're going to be watching us, so don't worry. No worries. So I'm like, girl, it's some worries. Benny already dead, Proctor dead. Don't tell that girl, her mama dead. Don't tell that girl no worries. All she is worried. I'm surprised she can go to school. Anyway, from there, Ghost Then we see the ghost and Tommy meet up, and then from there, that's what we see. He like, I know you didn't kill Keisha. Now he's like, I told you I wouldn't kill Keisha. And he's like, I know you didn't do none of that stuff. He figured it all out. Finally, he's like, Tommy. He's like, I would never kill nobody. Holly, what's the name? Teresi. I would never hurt anybody that you love. I told you this, and I did not do. He's like, yeah, but you did this. He's like, Tommy, I didn't do none of this shit. And plus, again, Ghost is too fucking busy to be going behind you trying to sabotage your life, Tommy. And then that whole argument with them happened and all that. And then he was like, I'm not going to let you, like, he wasn't trying to let Ghost walk away like that. But, then they were like, we need to figure out a way to get that recording. And then, the shootout happens, and then Tommy goes up or whatnot, shoots. He was like, oh, it's the Italians because they after me. But then he shoot the one dude, shoot the black dude. He was like, wait, them ain't no Italians? So from there, it's some black people going, because, Italians, they send their own soldiers. It ain't going to be no outsourcing. It's all in the family. So, like, who are these niggas trying to kill us or me? So they all shooting. And then we see another shooter coming from high trying to shoot Tommy too. And so he roll off in his mama car and shit. From there, then, at that point, Ghost is still in the back of we hear Ghost screaming, Tommy, but Tommy has been long gone, and Ghost, went off about his business too. So we still don't know who these people are. So of course we're gonna find out next episode who the fuck were these people out to shoot out or whatever, or was it Rashad's people? Because I don't know. So from there, we see back at little Elise Marie and Benny's house or whatnot. Tommy a bold motherfucker. I give him that. That's my G, because he gives absolutely no fucks. He a stone cold motherfucking killer. So I'm just like, wow. He rolls up with the fucking silencer gun and shit, grabs makes a noise to lure out one of the fucking soldiers, puts the gun on him, talking about you better be fucking quiet, call homeboy, call the other guard up, and he was like, yeah, Vincent, he owed me he made up talking about some Vincent owed him for some type of money shit or whatever. Because he was like, you one of Vincent boys, what are you doing here? He was like, yeah, Vincent owed me something. Then he was like, yeah, when you see Vincent, tell him this. And then he just kills them both. Goes into the fucking house. Hold on, y'all, my throat is parched. Whew. Goes into the house. I'm like, I know he ain't about to go kill that little girl. So I'm like, hey, little girl, remember me? I was talking to your daddy that one time or whatnot. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm like, well, then why you got a gun? Okay, that girl ain't stupid. And then he was like, I need that little recording that you got or whatnot. And where is it? He's like, I ain't got time for you to not talk. Where is it? And she points at the laptop. He's like, oh, on this whole time it's been on your fucking laptop. So he was like, you know what? She ain't talking. Come on, bring your lunchbox kid, because you coming with me. I'm like, damn, Tommy, now you kidnapping practice daughter. You is a bold motherfucker. And I'm like, y'all couldn't protect that little baby girl. That's a shame. They should have just put her ass in witness protection. Especially, like, I don't understand why they put her in witness protection to begin with. But whatever. So he kidnaps her. So he called his mama to watch her and was like, watch her. Don't talk to her. Just watch her till I get back. She was like, whose child is this that you got up in your house or whatnot? He's like, Mom, just watch her till I get back. I got some shit I need to take care of. So he leave his mama, old blabbermouth ass mama, with Elise Marie. Okay, and then, she already talking too much in front of the girl or whatnot, but we'll get some more of that later. So Tommy calls, Tommy calls, what's the name? The aunt or whatnot. And then, everybody is, meeting up at, her, Benny's house. Cause the aunt is frantic. She was like, y'all supposed to be watching her. I was just gone for a little bit. What the fuck? Now she gone. It was like, now Benny dead, Proctor dead, and now they got this little girl. What the fuck? The whatever, the old head dude, the leader of the mob, whatever, that family, he's like, what the fuck is going on? And then Vincent is there too. He was like, this ain't got shit to do with me. And then he was like, and then Tommy calls and whatnot. And then he was like, yeah, I got the kid. If you want to see her, she's like, I need to hear her. He's like, nah, this is my terms and my rules. I will send you an address on where to meet me, and then we can switch for the recording and whatnot. And then once she hang up, Vincent talking about some, I know that's Tommy Egan, blah blah. He was like, then the uncle, the older great uncle, he was like, Tommy Egan, Teresa's bastard son, and he was like, yeah. He was like, Vincent, this is all your motherfucking fault. You let Teresa back in, and then I brought his son in, and it ain't been nothing but motherfucking trouble since that nigga got out of jail, and his son came in here fucking up shit, messing with the whole fucking family, and all these people dead, and fuck you, and you better fucking get this shit straight, or that's your ass. So he tell him that. This is all you better clean it up, and you hope that little girl is alive, or we gonna fuck you up. So, that was that. So, from there, Tommy's mama running her goddamn mouth, as usual, talking about how, Jamie or whatnot and Tommy are friends, but they, like, not friends right now. Or it's like, oh no, she's saying like, she's like, they're friends, and it's like, oh, they're like brothers and all this, and she's telling little Lisa Marie way too much, but she don't even know who this little girl is. So Kate braiding her hair and all this time, I said, I always wanted a daughter. I'm like, I'm happy you didn't have a daughter. It's enough Tommy is Stone Cold Killer. Who knows if you would have had a daughter? Lord Jesus. So from there, Tommy come back in. He was like, Ma, I told you not to talk to her. He said braiding her hair and shit. So from this point, we don't know, is when then we hear the knock on the door, and it's fucking Paz. And this is the scene from Paz's episode when Paz comes in and she was like, you gotta kill Jamie and blah blah. And then remember Tommy says, you want me to kill Ghost? She was like, what? He was like, nothing. Little Lisa Marie hears that, so now she knows that James is fucking Ghost. Okay, so food for thought. She knows who he is now. So from there, what is she saying? And then he kicks Paz out like, girl, you gotta go if I call the police. So then after he gets Paz's ass out of the fucking way, he takes Lil, he's like, come on girl, let's go. She was like, Tommy, you can't hurt her. She's young, she's a little kid or whatever, and she's just about Cash's age. He was like, you do not get to fucking speak on Cash, because you ain't asked about him not one motherfucking time since his mama done got murdered, okay? So don't you sit here and try to fake some type of concern for Cash. And I'm like, tell her, Tommy, even though you ain't shit for kidnapping that little girl, but I mean, I understand, but don't do nothing to her. So he like, come on, girl, let's go. So he going out, driving out little Lisa Marie. So, little Lisa Marie, she's a smart little girl, because she done sit here and seen all this shit go down and seen how so much stuff is played out. And then she was like, well, I think she asked, are you gonna kill me? He's like, why you think that? She was like, why you think she thinks you gonna kill? He's like, she know her Uncle Carlo. She's like, I don't know how this gonna go for either one of us when it comes to like, yeah, because I'm like, if you roll up with that little girl, how you think you gonna ever roll out of that bitch alive, for one? And it's just too much. And then her and Tommy, little Lisa Marie and Tommy have a little heart to heart, and she talking about how her mama did and daddy did, and she asked him. And then he was like, I know it's messed up, or whatnot. And then she was playing with the Keisha's engagement ring. And she was like, who's Cash? And then she's like, was that, whatever, Cash's mom or whatever, you going to ask her to propose? She's like, my mom. I remember my dad proposed to my mom. He gave her the most beautiful ring, explained what the ring looked like. She's like, I love that ring. And she said she was going to give it to me if I ever decide to get married. He's like, what happened to her? It's like, she so pawned it and got high. I'm like, that's a damn shame. He's like, I understand, kid. My mom's a junkie too. She's like, I know. Yeah, you can spot a clucker. Once you've been around cluckers, kids, you know when you're around one. And then he was like, I'm sorry, kid. And all that. She's like, did you kill my dad? He's like, well, she's like, I just want the truth, especially if I'm a die shit, damn, just let me know. And then he's like, girl, the truth, sometimes it's better left unknown and shit, because it ain't gonna help you. Do you think it's gonna provide you closure? That Dr. Phil shit don't work. Just don't worry about it, girl. She's like, do you know what your father did for a living? She's like, yeah, he's a criminal defense lawyer. She's like, he kept people like you out of jail. He's like, exactly. So in order to keep people like me out of jail, you're gonna have to get a little dirty. So it is what it is. And she's like, I know who my father was. I heard him talking to my Uncle Benny right after my mama died, saying that he could have helped her or whatever. He helped her. He had her get sick again and relapse, and he ain't helped do nothing to help her. So I know the kind of man that my father was, but he was only doing that to protect me. That's all he ever tried to do. That's all they ever tried to do was protect me. So it was a nice little heart to heart or whatnot. And then as they were talking, he gets that call from 2-Bit. And then he gets the info that BG is dead and that somebody has ratted him out about the whole thing with Poncho or whatnot. And then that's why he was like, well, somebody in the organization is a snitch, so fuck you, holla at me in 20. And that's when he hung up on him. So from there, we see, then he finds out that Dre is the one that dropped the dime on him, and he needs to got. He's like, should get that motherfucker a long time ago. He said, we tried to, and blah, blah, blah. You know, all that shit happened in Kill BG, whatever. So then he was about to go do the whole Lisa Marie exchange, but he whips it around and goes back. He was like, shit. He, what else happened? My bad, y'all. He goes and he takes little Lisa Marie back home, drops her off or whatnot. Like, go ahead, just get out, kid. I thought he was gonna give her the ring for some reason, that engagement ring, but he didn't. Ooh, let me drink. Lets her out the car, drops her back off at home. Then as he's driving away, he gets blocked off or whatever. Oh wait, no, not yet. Sorry, that don't happen yet. He my bad. He goes, after he finds out everything, he's like, I need to go save Ghost. So he goes, drops little Lisa Marie off, then goes to meet with Tariq and tells Tariq everything that he's found out as far as Jamie being innocent of the stuff he was accusing him of. Not innocent, but you know, just of the crimes that he was accusing him of. Tariq was like, I don't give no fuck, so you ain't down to kill him now? Because he was like, where you about to go? He's like, I'm about to go to that little shindig or whatever thing for your boy, Ghost. And he was like, well, I want you to know he ain't do this. He didn't shut down my stuff. He didn't kill Keisha. He didn't do this. He was like, so you trying to say you gonna still let that nigga live because he didn't do that stuff, but he still fucked up and all that other stuff? He was like, dude, let me tell you, I saw all this stuff about my father, and I killed him. I wish I would have known the stuff that I known before I went through with killing Teresi. But, you know, sometimes everything just ain't black and white. It can get complicated. So I just want to let you know that don't make that same mistake. He was like, nah, fuck that. He still won't Ghost dead. And I'm like, Tariq, man, fuck you. I've been said fuck you. Whoop his ass. Somebody shoot him. So anyway, he goes off from there after meeting with Tariq. Because Tariq is like, because he was like, you need to help me go save him. He's like, hell no, I help you. Say that nigga. Fuck him. I ain't going with you to go help him. So that was that. So Tommy's on his own trying to go save him. So he's racing to go back over the truth to save Jamie. So from there, he gets blocked off by a car. And then it turns out it's Vincent and his crew. So they block him from the front, from the back. He was like, we got some unfinished business, homie. You know Tommy a motherfucking gangster. So he fucking boom. Rams his mama car into Vincent's car, jumps out, start, blah, they start shooting. This is one Tommy, and all these other mob motherfuckers on that mob shit could not get Tommy's ass, okay? Just saying. So y'all think y'all hard, but y'all ain't about that life this Tommy about. So he busting back, get one of the fucking guns that he done already killed off one of the dudes, killed every fucking body till it's down to the one dude talking about some, I'm sorry, man, I ain't got nothing against you. Like, nah, you pulled up on me with the crew like everybody else. You gonna get got too, homie. So from there, we left with Vincent got shot. And then he's sitting there, Tommy walks up on him. He was like, talking shit or whatnot to him, and he was like, you don't even know, because he was like, this is you didn't cause me all this trouble, this is for Tariq, and he was like, you don't know what, he's like, Tariq, that shit, he was trying to tell him how Tariq ain't shit, and Tariq ass was trying to, you know, set shit up and all that. He was trying to tell him all that shit, but Tommy wasn't trying to hear that shit. He just wants to kill, because he was in kill beast mode at that point, and he started going bah bah bah. He just straight fucking pistol whipped the man all the way to death and shit. I'm like, you should have just shot him. Goddamn, Tommy. He just had some pent up aggression, I guess, that he needs to get out, because he, you know, he couldn't kill Tasha, didn't find out he wasn't gonna kill Ghost, so he just needed to fuck some people up. So Vincent got the strong arm of it. So that was that. So then he's driving off again to go try to save Ghost. So he's driving, and what happened? He goes and he sees Dre in the car. We saw this in the Dre episode. He's across the street and he sees Dre and his baby mama and stuff. He like, oh shit. So he runs into the back part of Truth, the little entrance way, because he know all the ins and outs of Truth. He runs in, he sees Ghost on the floor, shot and dying. He was like, oh no, it's gonna be okay, brother. I know it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, damn, this is a sad moment. I'm happy that he did get to talk to Tommy and Ghost before he died. They had that moment of like, I'm here for you, and in the end, we brothers and all that. And then the person who killed Ghost was still there, and he was like, about. I'm thinking, is it really Tasha? Because I'm saying, is it really Tasha though? Because he's saying, don't kill her. He's like, let her go. Because Ghost said this, because Tommy was about to shoot up to whoever shot Ghost. I'm guessing it's got to be Tasha, y'all, because he like, don't kill her, and all that. And who would Ghost just say not to kill? And not unless Romana shot him. I don't think so, but that would be dumb as fuck. But I'm like, damn, did Tasha really? So, I'm assuming, like, I don't want to assume, but like, would Romana really, like, no, I don't know. But anyway, she had no reason to shoot him unless she found out some other shit that we know about. I'm thinking it's Tasha who killed him, but I'm just going to let it ride and let it finish out. So from there, Tommy is just like, crying and shit. So from this point, Tommy just gotta get known because he ain't really got shit left here and then in New York at all. So he goes home, to Kate's house, and then she was like, how could you do it? Or whatever. She got all her black on, and, we saw Kate go after, with the will and everything, and she, whatnot. We saw her in that episode, the pause episode and whatnot. And then she was like, how could you do it? That was your brother. You were always jealous of him. And listen, he was always better and could get out of Queens, and you couldn't do that. And he was like, Ma, he's like, you always just wanted to be like him, or you were always jealous. He was like, nah, Ma, I'm my own man, and this and this and this. And I told you, he's like, I didn't even kill him. He's already dead when I got there, whatever. And then she just started talking mad shit. I was like, damn, you sitting here loving this Jamie and shit more than you love Tommy. That's fucked up, Kate. And that's why he's like, I love them too, Mom. Like, they just love them some Ghosts and Jamie. Like, goddamn. And then he's like, I didn't do it. And she was like, and then he was like, I'm all you got, Mom. How you gonna sit there? I'm your own flesh and blood. She was like, well, Jamie left me some money. So he left me money. So I'm good. I don't even need your ass no more. So I'm like, damn. So it was just because she even said before, like, where if you leave, where I'm gonna go score my coke and shit from off the street. So all she was looking at Tommy for was fucking his drug connection and the money that her lifestyle, pretty much, or whatnot. And now that Jamie done left her a big fat chunk of change, she don't get no fuck, boo, poof, bye, be gone, Tommy. He like, goddamn. He was like, well, shit. He pulled out the keys to her house. He was like, well, I guess there ain't no reason for me to stick around New York no more. Because she was trying to tell him before when he was saying he was thinking about going to Cali. Because, remember earlier he was talking to Kate when they was talking about Jamie and shit. She was like, where you gonna go? How you gonna leave New York? Your family here. He was like, well, maybe Cali. He's like, Jason hooked me up with one of his connects in Cali, and they got a shit pretty much the same distro shit going on there, and I got to connect with that Rodolfo or some shit or whatnot. So that's like kind of like an inkling for like, maybe that's gonna be because I was wondering what the fuck was the purpose of that when that whole meeting with Jason and the Rodolfo dude and Tommy. I'm like, why is that relevant? So now it comes back into play. He was like, maybe I'll go out to Cali or whatnot and start over. He's like, you ain't gonna go there, blah blah blah, your family here. But now she like, fuck you. And he was like, well, shit, maybe I will. At least she's like, you can go to hell or Cali for that or to California, whatever, for that instance. And he was like, well, shit, I guess there ain't no reason for me to stick around here because ain't nobody fucking with me like that. You disown me because you think I done killed Jamie and shit or whatnot. And so he gave her fucking keys back, and then she was like, oh yeah, he left you something too. And she gave him a folder or whatnot, not that you whatever. So he was about to open it, and then she was like, no, get out of my house. I'm like, damn, he can't even open it up. So he goes and he leave her keys and he out. And he goes and whatnot. He goes to get his old car. I thought he like got rid of the car. No, that car, his old faithful car that from all the seasons. I don't know if he have a name for that car, but anyway, his original car. It was in storage this whole time. He goes to get it, and then this is when he gets that call from 2-Bit about Spank being the one and telling him that he handled that shit as far as Dre, and telling him that Dre is dead. And he was like, all right, 2-Bit, keep your head up. And in the end, you was, a loyal one and whatnot. So maybe he'll put some money on his books to make sure he's taking care of while he's in jail or something. I don't know. But yeah, so that was the end of that conversation. But he does tell him that Spank is the one that ratted him. He's like, how you know? Because Spank ass ain't in jail no more. He out in the street. And yes, Spank was the one that fucking told. So from there, he pulls up on Spank. Spank walking around like I'm free and all that. Got some Funyuns and shit and some a little juice box and shit. Walking around the street happy and shit. I'm like, nigga, what you on the street for? You don't think people gonna be knowing that if 2-Bit ass still locked up, ain't nobody gonna think nothing sideways or whatnot that you just out. So Tommy pull up on that ass. He could hear that engine. He like, damn. He's like, what's up, Tommy? And all that. And then he was like, yeah, man. I heard that she was sitting there telling, writing all this and blah, blah. He's like, nah, man. So-and-so. He was just, trying to, by himself. Like, nah, it wasn't me. He was like, man, a lot of people be talking about some fucked up. He was like, that's because I told on you because I thought that you had told on us. He was like, why the fuck would I drop a dime on my own organization? Like, that sound dumb as fuck. He's like, I ain't know. He's like, people be talking about fuck the police. I'm like, shit, fuck jail. And he was comical. He was like, yeah, well, you know what? I just want to pull up on you and stop by because, I'm about to leave or whatnot. I'm going to go for a fresh start or some shit. He was like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah, I'm about to be starting a whole new organization somewhere else. He's like, really? Where at? He's like, oh, no. He's like, oh, I can't. So he's like, oh, no, you tell me. Come on, tell me. He's like, well, if I tell you, I got to kill you. Bop! Straight through the motherfucking glasses, through the eye. Kill Spank. R.I.P. Spank, man. If I would have kind of timed me, I would have ran. He would still shot me, but I at least tried to run. But anyway, R.I.P. Spank. So from there, he goes, drives off, and I'm like, damn, Tommy, you making too many stops for somebody who should be on the run from the mafia, from the police, from a lot of people. Well, police ain't got no more evidence against him anyway. But still, well, that they know of at this point. But I'm like, damn, Tommy, will you leave town already? So I'm like, where's this nigga stopping again? So then he pulls up to Lil Lisa Marie house again. And I'm like, and then she's just looking out the window like she was waiting on. I'm like, did they got each other's number or something? Like, how this? And then why isn't she being guarded? Where is her aunt at? All these people just got killed and she just got kidnapped. Why is nobody watching this child? Many questions, but I guess for the sake of this scene that is going down like this, because he walked straight up to the door. He just recently kidnapped her. Okay. So he was like, hey kid or whatnot, and then I guess he came and talked to her or whatnot, and then she gives him she was like, it's okay, I know you the one that killed my dad or whatnot. And then she goes and she hands him the USB with the recorder on it. And then he was telling her some shit, like, I'm, leaving town or whatnot. I'm sorry about your dad and all that, but if this reminded me of Kill Bill. When Vivica Fox killed, when Vivica Fox got killed by Uma Thurman, and then a daughter was sitting there, and like, if you feel some type of way type of thing, when you get older, and if you want to come see me, then come see me. It was one of those type of things, if y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that happened, was transpiring, and then she was like, wait, because he destroys the USB. Remember, there was 2 copies because I had one, and on the USB she gives him that, and then she takes the one out of her locket, the original copy, and she gives it to him, and he chews that bitch up. He was like, oh, it was on you the whole time. He's like, oh, you all right, kid, or whatnot. And then he gets out, because I'm thinking, like, is he going to get shot on the porch or something? Because I'm like, why is this child unattended again? But anyway, no, he gets off, and he goes, and, man, white privilege is a motherfucker. But anyway, he gets off, goes to his car, and he drives off. And then he's listening to the news, and they were announcing and talking about there might be something tied to Rashad Tate regarding Jamie's murder or some shit like that. And then he driving off. I'm like, is somebody gonna come? Is something gonna happen? Is something gonna happen? Then the last part, all of a sudden, regulators come on. Dun, 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 dun. So I was like, okay, now this shit over. So that was it, y'all. That was it. And Tommy is peace out of New York. He gone, y'all. He gone. And he going to start a new up in Cali, boo. So that was it. And I believe we have, one? I don't know if it's 1 or 2 more episodes left. I am not 100% sure. I'm going to look after this. But it's probably just going to be the Tasha and Tariq episode. And that is it. That was Power, Season 6, Episode 13. I hope y'all enjoyed my little review. Please like, comment, subscribe, share my video. I will see y'all next week. Check out my other videos as well. I will see y'all next week for the next episode. Yeah, that's it. Peace. Bye.